You don't have to stand up. I will pet you where you sit. All right. Hi there, Kilters. It is December 6th, and we're here for another... Yeah. The camera person is making smart-ass remarks now. I'm JT, and as you've noticed, this is not Beth Ann. This is our friend Angela.
But she is wearing a hoot.
But she is wearing a hoot, yes.
Just for you.
And we are here for another episode of Fireside Dram with JT. This year we are doing the Whiskey Advent Calendar from Drinks by the Dram, the premium edition. So we got some better whiskeys coming at us. We've had some pretty good ones so far. It is time for yet another. And we're going to start by putting Angela on the spot. So, are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Yeah?
Yes.
You can't hide it at all? I'm
not hiding it. Actually, funny story, just last week, I had someone ask me what my favorite scotch was.
Yeah.
And my brain went, what's scotch? So, I actually do know what scotch is, and I'm excited to be here so that I can remind myself.
What's interesting is everything we've had so far has been scotches, but it's not a scotch calendar. This is just a whiskey calendar. So theoretically, there should be some Irish whiskeys in there and some Americans, but we'll find out. It might end up being all scotches and oh darn. So
is that would that be
called out? Yes.
Well, no, but I mean, the fact that it's a premium, are scotches considered more of a premium whiskey?
More scotches are considered premiums because the scotch has a tradition of single malting, where American whiskeys and Irish whiskeys don't as much. You can definitely get single malts or single barrels, but they're not as common. And so, yes, you would have more high-end scotches than you would have necessarily high-end American whiskeys or Irish whiskeys. Today is the 6th, and that is one of the days where the tab fell off. So we have three options, and I'm just going to pick one at random. And that one was almost open anyway, so that's the one we're going to go with. And I'll hand that to you. And while I put this box down.
Read the label for us, Miss Angela.
I cannot do it in an accent, but I can tell you it is Glenfiddich.
Ooh. Another Finnick.
23 years old.
Ooh, the 23-year-old Finnick.
Single malt. Scotch whiskey.
There you go.
40% volume.
Is that less than the 21-year-olds?
I think the 21, I think the 21 was the 46, wasn't it?
No, it was 40.
Okay, so it's still bottle strength.
It'll be interesting to see how.
The Grand Cru. Okay, so this is 2 years older than the one we had before, and we'll get a picture up while we're talking like this because I can just make it right over the thing.
Magic.
Yeah, magic. I'm getting better at editing. It's amazing what doing something 6 days in a row will do for you. All right, well, we're gonna smell. Oh, yeah.
When you'll have to explain what the quake is to Angela.
Oh, yes. No, she said she's watched the videos, so she might know
she knows what the quake is.
Oh, it smells good.
What do you smell?
It smells citrusy to me.
Okay.
Since we have the comparison, we'll open up the 21-year-old, and you can smell the 21-year-old as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. You have no idea.
I do. I've been doing this for years, and I enjoy having guests on.
Oh, wow. This smells caramely.
Interesting.
But what... That smells caramely to me.
Meredith, would you like to try?
Molly will be the only other person who gets that reference.
You'd be surprised. He does have over 1 million followers.
Okay, I guess there could be a significant overlap between kilted people who drink and just people who drink.
There's a significant difference, I'm sure. The kilted ones enjoy it more.
It's possible. But the kilted ones probably would also follow how to drink.
it's an inside joke that's not really an inside joke. If you're a cocktailian at all on YouTube, you've probably heard of How to Drink, and Greg and his camera person Meredith. There you go.
I'm in it.
All right, that's the
That's the
21-year-old,
21-year-old.
and that's the 23-year-old.
That one smells like tea.
It could be. We'd have to look up what the Grand Cru is exactly. I know
Grand
I've
Cru.
yeah, Grand Cru CRU. I'll have the research department get on that while we're tasting.
You. Okay. Sit down.
So we're gonna set that there.
Easy.
When the humans get too close to each other, the dog likes to distract us by squeaking her toy. I'm not going to take that out either. All right. So, while she's looking that up, we'll pour some of this. And of course, we like to use the Quake because it opens up, it literally gives it a lot of surface area. Yeah, and the flavor, the smell changes.
I like the story of the Quake.
Yeah.
I really. Oh, it opens it up so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I made a Quake for one of my best friends for her wedding. I hand carved it out of a huge piece of wood.
Grand Cru just means that it's a high quality product.
There you go.
Maybe I'm smelling floral. You don't smell anything like floral in there?
Oh.
That comes through to me.
That, apparently that particular, the Glenfiddich Grand Cru
Yeah.
is matured in ex-sherry casks.
Oh, sherry casks. Okay. Yeah.
And American oak casks.
Okay. Which means this is not a single malt. This is a blend. If it was aged in two different casks.
It says single.
It does. Which means they age it twice. They take it out of one barrel and put it into the next. Not impossible. I have heard of that.
Okay, you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty about whiskey in particular, is there's just every flavor under the sun is possible in between the yeast, the oak, and the malt.
And, you know, the different layers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but like if you put your nose down inside of it, you smell more of like the peat.
Yeah.
And then you come out more and it's those lighter.
So what's always fun with scotches in particular is sometimes you smell that peat from the very beginning, and then you taste it and it's not very smoky. And then sometimes there's no peat at all until you taste it and it's like, oh my god, there's an ashtray in my mouth.
But in a good way.
So this one says, matured in a small number of ex-sherry casks and American oak casks, the Glenfiddich Grand Cru has been finished for 4 months in a combination of first fill and second fill French oak casks that have been used to ferment wine that will eventually become a famous sparkling wine.
That has a lot more character than even the rum cask finish, the 21-year-old. It's got a little bit of smoke. I wouldn't call that overwhelming. That is actually really nicely walks that line.
Yeah. Right up to the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of I get the floral that you're getting way in the back.
Yep, absolutely.
Way in the back. No,
Yep.
no citrus at all. No stone fruit at all.
So this one, I don't know if you want to finish.
No, keep going.
Because this one
We
says,
know it works. That we know this is a good dynamic.
the palate offers notes of creamy vanilla, brioche, pear sorbet, and white grapes, complemented by aromas of freshly baked bread, apple blossom, and lemons.
I don't get any citrus out of that at all. The apple blossom, yeah, it's is there at the end. I don't know that I get too much vanilla. However, we haven't opened this up yet.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and So we're going again,
Okay.
and I'll keep an eye on this.
Well, apparently we had a bit of a camera malfunction. For some reason, the camera just shuts itself off occasionally. We're trying to figure that out, but this camera gives us such better image than the cell phone does, so we're trying to keep this one going. That being said, what you've missed is I've poured the water in and swirled it about, and so now it's been sitting here with a drop of water in there. And now we're going to taste it when the esters have opened up. There's the vanilla.
That improved.
Hurricane.
Ooh, yeah. That is the vanilla right there. How cool. I didn't know that adding water would change the flavor so much.
It changes. Well, and what's fun is it's not just Scotch. It's just with Scotch it gets to be so pronounced. But all hard liquors, all distilled liquors change when you add a little bit of water. The best way to do it is to add the water that was used to make it. But unfortunately, I don't have any Scottish ice right now.
Just ran out yesterday.
Yeah. Actually, it was fun. There was a company that back in my professional days who was going to try to do that. Was going to try to go to each distillery and contract them to ship, to make ice from their water. Just so you had the same, so you didn't add any extra flavors. They ended up going with a more. We're just going to go with purified water so it doesn't bring any extra flavors. And that way you can use their ice in any drink. But Scotch on the rocks, if you get served Scotch right out of the bottle, you want to ask for some sort of purified water that you can just use it, because it has to break up.
And it really was just a drop. It was just a drop, but it really changed.
And that drop would work in an ounce or 2 ounces. It doesn't have. I mean, this is actually very diluted because we're only drinking, a quarter ounce. We're only tasting a quarter ounce, but a dollop in a standard, ounce and a half pour, and it's enough to open it up just a little bit. So, with that, we're not going to test our luck any longer. Make sure you follow us on our socials. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so long as it exists. YouTube, Untapped for Beth Ann and I. Excuse me. And buy a kilt, wear a kilt. It's the best way to go about your life. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao.